Hey y'all, this is something a little bit different, and I just thought I'd do this because I always liked reading Dear Abby when I was a kid. And so this is something like Dear Abby is for it's like advice. So let's go into this. This is the Anchorage Daily News. Dear Wayne and Wanda, my sister lives in Washington State with her husband and kids, and she wants them all to visit Alaska before this fall. She says they have been socially distancing. Make sure my volume is up. Okay. Um, she says they've been socially distancing, but I see pictures on her Facebook, and they are at tons of outdoor events with friends all the time. And it's not the same friends, it's lots of different people. While the adults do appear usually to be several feet away from each other, the kids look to be playing very closely together. I also know they go into grocery stores, and her husband does go to his gym, although he goes early when few people are there. If you've been watching my channel, then you know I did a video and I said the coronavirus has been over in Seattle. And that's because people aren't really doing what they're supposed to do. And this is like the native Seattleites, okay? Me, myself, I have on my visor, okay? Because I don't want none of this here in touch with the virus, okay? Um, my sister wants all of them to stay with us when they come. We do have one extra room, but her kids would need to sleep in the living room or something. I know money is a thing for them, and staying with us would really help with costs. We have a listen. If you can't stay at the Four Seasons, don't visit. If you can't stay at the Holiday Inn, don't visit. Okay. I remember when I went to Arkansas for Christmas with Waddell, and me and the boys and him, and he had all this stuff that he was bringing from Gallery Furniture for his family, mattresses and furniture and just all this stuff. He was hooking them up, right? So we're bringing all of this stuff from Houston to Arkansas over Christmas. And he thought after driving all that long way with them kids and everything, hauling all that stuff, he stopped on the side of the road and bought like pecans and stuff like that. But meanwhile, we basically kept it pushing. So, um, let's see. So when we got into Arkansas, I met the family and everything. This nigga gonna leave me with his kinfolk. Okay? I didn't say nothing, because I'm a girl. I'm a lady. So I ain't say nothing. So when it was time to shut it down, he thought I was gonna stay at his mama's house. Nope. You gonna have to get us a hotel. You gonna have to get us a hotel. And I swear to God, the hotel was so raggedy in Arkansas, the front door really didn't lock. There was a door on there, but it really didn't lock. I was so tired, I didn't care. Thank God he loved me, because he just saw that I was just super duper tired, and I didn't want to do the whole restroom thing, and I just needed to sleep. And he was very good to me, and he really cared a lot about me, and I cared a lot about him. It didn't last, but uh, he's still very special to me. Waddell Kelly. So he played with the NFL for the Patriots and then for the Dallas Cowboys. And he's just cool people. So, Waddell, if you're watching this, God bless you. Yeah, keep me on your prayer list. Okay, so anyway, he says, um, we do have one extra room, but her kids would need to sleep in the living room or something. I know money is a thing for them, and staying with us would really help with costs. Mm-mm. We haven't seen each other in 2 years, and everyone was looking forward to this trip. But I'm concerned with whether the timing is right given COVID 19. No, the timing is not right. It doesn't seem like it makes sense for them to take a vacation right now. Right. Plus, they are just taking way more risks than my wife and I. I'm a pretty healthy guy, but my wife does have pretty bad asthma, which I understand is more of a COVID risk factor. I tried to tell my sister we should delay the trip, and she got really angry and said I was being paranoid and living in fear. Oh, this is a mess, honey. I don't feel like I'm afraid, I just feel like I'm being safe. For example, with groceries, we do curbside pickup instead of going in the store, and instead of the gym, I do workouts at home. Um, I want to smooth things over with my sister and also convince her to postpone the trip. Advice. Wanda says, all of us are faced with many choices these days about how to live our lives. On the one hand, you've got those who are cooking all meals at home and avoiding social interactions at all costs. On the other, you have folks lined up to dine inside at Kreiner's. Truth is, most of us are somewhere in the middle, and by now, we've settled into our own personalized COVID 19 routines that are marked by behaviors that we feel are safe and reasonable. Whether that's in store shopping versus grocery delivery, hitting the gym, or doing burpees in the garage, or cruising through a drive through instead of settling in on a restaurant patio, most of these are small decisions and daily choices. Then there are the bigger things like whether to homeschool our kids, deciding if the time is right for a career change, or yes, whether we should travel. Personally, I'm not going anywhere just yet, and one big reason is, well, why should I? Most states, including Alaska, have requirements around quarantining and COVID 19 testing, which basically sound like a drag. Plus, once you get to said location, what's the chance that things you want to do are even open and welcoming? You're suggesting to postpone is perfectly reasonable. Perhaps you can persuade her by explaining that the Anchorage they would visit now isn't really Anchorage. Okay, and plus, Anchorage shuts down. Alaska shuts down in September, so most touristy things are over. Anyway, um, and they could just FaceTime. They don't have to actually be in each other's presence. There's no reason why they haven't seen each other in 2 years. There's all kinds of apps for that. Okay. The Spanish flu lasted for 3 years back in the day. So, 3 years from 2020, 2024. Wayne says, what a wild 6 months. Am I right or am I right? At this point, we've all been beaten up emotionally and feeling some combination of stress, confused, anxious, insecure, or overwhelmed, if not all of the above. Some of us are suffering physically, some mentally, some both. Some of us have lost jobs, so some have lost loved ones. Most, if not all of us, are missing someone special or a group of special someones. Living in this world of madness for this long, it seems that people are now making decisions one of two ways: overthinking everything until exhaustion, then doubting the decision or feeling guilty if that decision impacts anyone else afterward, or making a declaration and chiseling it in stone without hesitation, without flexibility, without room for negotiation, without an ear for reasoning. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who cares? It's ultimately up to everyone to choose what they feel they need to stay safe. Okay, so that's Wayne. And we all know there's no way those kids aren't going to spend every minute of the visit together, just like there's no way you're not going to give your sister a big hug after you see her for the first time in 2 years. If you aren't at ease with that intimacy and proximity, or if they aren't comfortable quarantining in a hotel and taking tests for a few days, tell her to put the plans on hold for now. Explain that it's not personal, that you really miss her too. You all are bummed, frustrated, and sad, just like they are. You'll see her again soon, but right now you believe it's what's best for your family. Hopefully, she'll understand. Sorry if she doesn't. Okay, so what do you think? For me, it's a no brainer. Anybody visiting, pandemic or no pandemic, you stay in a hotel. You stay in a hotel. You're not staying with me. Okay? You're not staying in my house. You're not having access to my house. You're not visiting me in my house. I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay? And that's just so to keep the peace. I am older now, and one thing that old people do is they pick stuff up and set stuff down and forget where they put it, and the first thing they want to do is accusing you of stealing. So to keep me from accusing people of stealing, I don't let nobody up in here. Okay? Yeah, I that's what I do. So if you coming to Seattle to visit me, you staying in a hotel. You ain't staying in my house. Okay? And that's so that me and you can stay friends. That's so you and me can stay friends, okay? Because yeah, no, I can't I can't have you up in my house, yo. That's uh-uh. If you so broke that you can't stay in a hotel during your stay, then you need to stay home. You need to stay home. There is not going to be any visiting, any touristy stuff, any on the cheap. Okay, you need to be able to pay your own way. That's why it's called save up. That's why it's called book with a travel agency and pay it if you have a payment plan. Call Navigant Boo. Do Costco travel. Okay. If you go into the Philippines, go over to Wajimaya and get you a travel agency, get you a travel plan where you have everything that you need. You know everything that you need to do, immunizations, all that kind of stuff. Do all of that, okay? And everybody I know aren't doing anything for 3 years because ain't nobody trying to die from coronavirus. Ain't nobody trying to die from coronavirus. And those of you who are, keep that over there. Keep that over there. Mm. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't even want my dog to get it. Anyway, I gotta go. Let me know what y'all think about that. Folks trying to visit. So this is Alaska. It's taken out of the Anchorage Daily News, and that was a question to Wayne and Wanda. My sister can't understand why I don't want her and the kids to stay with us during their Alaska vacation. Let me know what you think below. Like this video, subscribe, give me your comments, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.